Before I built a wall, I'd ask to know what I was walling in or walling out. The middle of the road is where the white line is, and that's the worst place to drive. By faithfully working 8 hours a day, you may eventually get to be boss and work 12 hours a day. I am a writer of books in retrospect. I talk in order to understand, I teach in order to learn. A liberal is a man too broad-minded to take his own side in a quarrel. Families break up when they get hints you don't intend and miss hints that you do. You're always believing ahead of your evidence. What was the evidence I could write a poem? I just believed it. The most creative thing in us is to believe in a thing. A person will sometimes devote all his life to the development of one part of his body, the wishbone. A civilized society is one which tolerates eccentricity to the point of doubtful sanity. You've got to love what's lovable, and hate what's hateable. It takes brains to see the difference. Every poem is a momentary stay against the confusion of the world. Most of the change we think we see in life is due to truths being in and out of favor. The best things and best people rise out of their separateness. I'm against a homogenized society because I want the cream to rise. Always fall in with what you're asked to accept. Take what is given, and make it over your way. My aim in life has always been to hold my own with whatever's going, not against, with. Education doesn't change life much. It just lifts trouble to a higher plane of regard. Writing free verse is like playing tennis with the net down. It looked as if a night of dark intent was coming, and not only a night, an age. Someone had better be prepared for rage. The hurt is not enough, I long for weight and strength, to feel the earth as rough to all my length. Being the boss anywhere is lonely. Being a female boss in a world of mostly men is especially so. Don't tell anyone that you are lonely, because once again you will convince yourself of this. In 3 words I can sum up everything I've learned about life. It goes on. Never be bullied into silence. Never allow yourself to be made a victim. Accept no one's definition of your life, define yourself. No tears in the writer, no tears in the reader. No surprise in the writer, no surprise in the reader. A poem begins as a lump in the throat, a sense of wrong, a homesickness, a lovesickness. Education is the ability to listen to almost anything without losing your temper or your self-confidence. Poetry is what gets lost in translation. Half the world is composed of people who have something to say and can't, and the other half who have nothing to say and keep on saying it. Home is the place where, when you have to go there, they have to take you in. Forgive me my nonsense as I also forgive the nonsense of those who think they talk sense. A diplomat is a man who always remembers a woman's birthday but never remembers her age. There are 2 kinds of teachers, the kind that fill you with so much quail shot that you can't move, and the kind that just gives you a little pride behind and you jump to the skies. I hold it to be the inalienable right of anybody to go to hell in his own way. Poetry is when an emotion has found its thought and the thought has found words. There is one thing more exasperating than a wife who can cook and won't, and that's a wife who can't cook and will. A mother takes 20 years to make a man of her boy, and another woman makes a fool of him in 20 minutes. The reason why worry kills more people than work is that more people worry than work. Something we were withholding made us weak, until we found it was ourselves. A jury consists of 12 persons chosen to decide who has the better lawyer. The world is full of willing people, some willing to work, the rest willing to let them. The brain is a wonderful organ. It starts working the moment you get up in the morning and does not stop until you get into the office.